Hey guys, I'm back for chapter 9, which is going to be a bit long. It'll probably take 2 videos. And I'm just happy we're almost done with this first part of the game. Because the first part's pretty boring, not very hard, and not long chapters. Not that interesting, but only a couple left. So we're almost to Kalen Castle, or Castle Kalen, whatever. So we're gonna have to fight some more of Lundgren's soldiers and probably a couple bandits here and there. But we're also gonna have to deal with a new little twist, which is gonna be a pain. Not so much into this chapter, but when they use this characteristic later, it's gonna be a pain in later chapters. So, but we'll see it now. And all that dialogue was that we're not going to get attacked by any other of the nobles, just Lundgren. So, but for this chapter, we're going to have to deal with fog, which is a common theme in all the Fire Emblem games. Sacred Stones, Radiant Dawn, Path of Radiance, all that. But pretty much any square that's not within some number of spaces of any of our units are going to be covered in fog, and we'll be able to see what's there, whether it's an enemy or anything. So pretty much it hides the enemies from us, which can be annoying, especially when you're trying to get the weapon triangle advantage or trying to place your archers, healers, or like Niles, weaker units that you don't really want to get hit. Go ahead and give the Lance Reaver to Lynn. But anyway, we'll have to deal with that. You can actually get rid of the fog if you get a torch, which we'll actually get in one of the villages. We're gonna get a torch. And since we're only gonna be able to use it for this chapter, since we'll lose it after chapter 10, there's no fog in chapter 10. I'm just probably gonna use it every couple turns, because it goes out after a while. So whoever happens to go to the village, just trying to figure out. Yeah, I'm gonna use Wrath in this chapter if you couldn't figure it out. So he's gonna get his bow back, because I may as well put him in. He certainly won't be a hindrance, and if he helps a little bit, that's just a little bit better. So yeah, we got the village there. Not a lot of units on the map right now, but they're gonna respawn, except we're not gonna be able to see them because they'll respawn in the fog. But still not that long of a chapter as far as the amount of units. It's more long because we have to cover a pretty big distance. So let me just reposition. So we start out with 10. We're actually going to get another unit before we actually start the battle. But I'm not going to use the unit, apparently I can't talk right now, the new unit. Anyway, so here is General Wallace. And right now I think he's a level 12 knight. But he's actually going to be the first unit that we promote, because he's going to have a promoting item, a Knight Seal, which allows knights to promote to generals. So we're actually going to promote him. And he's going to be the only promotion, certainly in the first part of the game, and probably not for a few decent amount of chapters after we finish up with this first part of the game, because you usually wait until you're at level 20 to promote. I do. I wait with all my units, except for a couple special exceptions, some maybe, that you might not even see in this playthrough, because I might not use those units. But anyway, usually you wait until level 20 to promote, and we're only at like level 6, 7, 8. But we will level up a little bit faster in the chapters 11 onward, because they're going to be bigger, some more enemies, and they'll give us more experience than the last couple chapters have. So anyway, that's about it. about done with that conversation. And Wallace decided to join our team. We get him for all of 2 chapters. I don't plan on getting any kills with him. The only reason I'd use them would be to rescue somebody if they were in big danger. But now we're going to have to promote him right away. But yeah, they can change classes. Once you get to level 10, you can actually promote them. I always wait until level 20 anyway, because you can get as much stat growth as you can. But then sometimes you don't get them all the way up to level 20, the promoted class, which is when they've maxed, or have gotten as high as they're going to be able to get for that playthrough. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. It's already 6 minutes and I haven't even moved anybody. Okay, so I'll move him up a couple. Okay, apparently I have to promote him right there. Thought I'd be at least be able to promote him a little bit higher, because I'm going to take him up with Florina. And I think Sane was up there, or maybe it was Kent. But anyway, that's the promoting little cutscene. And you get some pretty good stat growths when you promote. And I'm not really going to go over Wallace very much, because we get him for 2 chapters, we're going to lose him for a long time. But yeah, there's his stats. It's hard to really compare him to anybody because we don't have any other promoted units. So really, I'll say for now, he's not a great unit. I probably will not use him, but we're going to get a knight in chapter 12 that's going to be start out at level 9, and I'm going to promote him and probably use him as my general for my final team. But Wallace isn't a bad substitution if the other knight dies. So, not bad because he was promoted so early. He's not going to have great stats when compared with another unit at the same level. But like any knight, I guess he's the first really knight class, knight/general, that we've had on our team. Knights and generals always have high defense, pretty high strength, decent HP, which is not really an issue because of the high defense. Most units aren't going to hit them very much, but they have low resistance most of the time and low speed. So that's mainly what knights and generals are. Okay. So pretty much everybody's at level 6 except for Wrath, Florina, and Sane. Yes, I'll take Wrath, Dorcas, Florina. Florina can just kind of stay over there. Lucius, stay over there. I don't want to use Lucius too much. I'd like to be able to use him a couple times in the final chapter, but if it comes down to it, I'll go ahead and use him. But yeah, a lot of units respawn right there, and we'll have the fog coming in a second. The fog comes and goes. You'll hear the dialogue where they'll say, oh, the fog's coming, and then in turn the fog will come, and then they'll say, oh, the fog is going away, and then in turn later the fog will be gone. And I guess the fog didn't come yet. Okay, whatever. Eventually it will. Eventually. Okay, let's see. Go ahead and heal Florina. This chapter's not that tough. The only thing you might have to worry about is when the fog comes, you usually want to have I usually try and keep one unit, a sword-bearing unit, so whether it's a Cavalier or Lynn, somebody like that, or even an axe user like Dorcas, over in the bottom left, because there'll be a bunch of bandits that spawn over there. And they can kind of sneak up behind you if they're hidden, and can cause a lot of problems if they get a hold of Niles or Sarah. So besides that, though, just kind of proceed a little cautiously. I usually just take a team, smaller team up there. That's not gonna work. And then I take my main force, or I guess I actually have less units over here, but I'll probably take Florina and come back down to the bottom. But I'll take some other units, and just proceed kind of through the foresty area and across the bridge down here. I'll go ahead and, yeah, I'm gonna stop using the Iron Sword for Lyn, because there's no way that she'd break her Monocotti. And it'll just make things a lot easier. Now, I'm almost positive that if you do break the Monocotti during this first part of the game, I'm 99% sure that you get it back in Chapter 15 with it fully renewed. You definitely do if you don't break it, but I'm pretty sure my first playthrough I did break the Monocotti, because I didn't really understand the weapon uses that much. And I'm pretty sure I got it back in Chapter 15 when we got Lyn back. But just in case we don't, and there's really no need to use it all the time. Lyn is fine on her own. It's not like we're gonna get every single kill with her, so... Yeah, I'll take Florida back. So we can see the fog is rolling in, so we can't see anybody in the forest or anybody like that. And who do I want to... I could either do Lucius or Lyn. I think I might just keep Lyn there, and then when the bandits stop respawning, then Lyn can come over here and join up. I'll go ahead and use the torch. And it's a lot of units, and it would have been a pain if we weren't able to see him, and I just took Will over Lucius into the mix right there. Probably wouldn't have survived. I think Florina. Yeah, Florina will be fine. Oh, maybe not. If I could get her a couple more spaces over so that neither of the bandits could get her, I'd be a little more comfortable. Yeah, I'll just use Lucius on these guys. Although that's a low hit percentage. I don't know. I should just do it and get it done. Florina's gonna survive. She's got almost 30 HP. And I didn't see any archers anywhere, so take Sarah over there. There's not gonna be a whole lot of resistance over here from any of the units, especially since I have Dorcas and Wrath, who are gonna get most of the kills. I might give a couple to Kent if I just want to get through this quicker. But even if I'd just taken these two, they'd be fine on their own. Okay, we got a soldier up there. And unfortunately, I think one of the bandits is going to go after Wallace, but that's okay. Wallace might not kill him, because I don't know what Wallace has as far as a weapon. I thought it was like a steel axe, if I remember correctly, but I'm not positive about that. Okay, 15 minutes. I'll probably end the video here in about a few more minutes and then just make this 2 parts. Damn it, Saiyan. Okay. Oh, and I guess he couldn't get to Wallace. That's fine. I really don't want to use up that hand axe before the final chapter, but it's okay if I do. And I probably haven't mentioned this, it's probably something most of you could have figured out anyway. when you get units back, like when we get Dorcas back, we'll get him back in Chapter 11, so right away. They're going to have different weapons. They're not, so Dorcas won't have a hand axe and an iron axe. If I remember correctly, he actually starts out with a steel axe. I think. Yeah, I think he starts out with the steel axe, which obviously has not been used. So don't worry about giving your units, buying all these weapons and giving them to your units. Because it won't affect you because you get different money anyway. You're going to start out with like 10,000 gold or something. So it doesn't matter if you save all your gold or spend it all, but you don't need to worry about giving your units brand new weapons for the second part of the game, so they have them right away. I hope the bandits are done respawning over in the bottom left. I think they are, though.